This is going to be a brief overview of my East Midlands Vicinal Tramway proposal, which is a proposal I made up to have a tramway going from Burton-on-Trent using the old Great Northern Friargate line up to Derby and going through Derby and then going along the old canal route to Towton, where it would interchange with the high-speed station if they build one there, and then connecting to Towton Lane Park and Ride and continuing up to Hucknall. So basically two lines, Burton-on-Trent to Hucknall and Clifton to Phoenix Park. So here we are leaving the first tram stop, Burton-on-Trent, and the tram stop would be where that car park is now, next to warehouse number 2. And so it would run next to the main railway line. There seems to be these two outer express tracks which I don't really get the point of. If we needed to, we might be able to get rid of them, but look how much space there is there. It's definitely wide enough to put a tramway in between the express track and the fence. A bit narrower. I think we'll shorten them, but we won't remove them. And now we're coming up to the first stop. We'll go under here, under probably the brick tap arch, and there'll be a tram stop next to this building. Midland Railway Bonded Stores and Grain Warehouse number 4. So it would stop next to warehouse number 4. And it would then go next to this. And basically these sidings are pretty much abandoned, and then somewhere about there it would go down into a tunnel and the roundabout in front of Pirelli Stadium, and then come out in this sort of grass area beyond with an underground tram stop in between, and it would run along the road up to Stretton and then along the old railway line. And this is Friargate Station and the beautiful Great Northern Railway Bridge, which definitely is in need of a clean-up. And what I was thinking is the tramway should come down here. It will come next to the warehouse, it would come down here, and then it would turn that way onto the road. And then you'd still have plenty of space. You could convert the warehouse into maybe residential. And you have plenty of space to have like a park walkway. Seems like quite a nice idea. Because it's a bit weird having that area just completely abandoned just in the middle of the town centre. I hope they don't build houses on it, because that would spoil it. And this is St Werburgh's crossroads in the town centre, where they could have a tram stop rather than continue into the town centre. Lazy bastards have closed the library too early. It's 5 minutes to 5 and they've already closed it. It's supposed to be open for another 5 minutes. Lazy bastards. Also, nearly all the restaurants here are called Revolution. That's weird. Difficult to be sure where the tram will run now. It might run along this street, or it might use a tunnel. Let's go to the let's go to the Eagle Centre. Since they've converted this into an unroundabout, we could run the trams under the car park. Hard to be sure what the trams would do here. There is the no pedestrians bridge. And what they could do is run the trams over the no pedestrians bridge and build a sort of branch so that they come down next to the roundhouse and go through Pride Park that way. So the tram stop could be somewhere down there and turn up and go through Pride Park. Somewhere around here there's a canal which runs alongside the railway somewhere around Spondon, and the canal has been filled in and is in such a state that it could easily be converted into a tramway. So I think they should convert the canal into a tramway.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
And it goes through areas that are really good areas to build houses on. Although some people in Nottingham and Derby might resent the two cities being joined together in the same urban area. They wouldn't want to be the same urban area. Someone responded that there's a canal running alongside the railway which is disused and would be perfect for being converted into a tramway. I found out what it was and that it would be really good. I found out on the website where they were discussing options for extending the tram to Derby, and they cited that. I mean, and they also said that the architect who made the report said that a major mistake Britain made was building the houses first and then the infrastructure, and that led to some rather haphazard cities, and that it would be a lot better to build the infrastructure first, then the houses, and then it would flow with synergy. Yeah, and it would go through Long Eaton, maybe not to the town centre, and at the end it comes up right next to where they're proposing to build the Toton High Speed station, so they could make it come out of the canal and go up onto a viaduct and go over that, and like stop at, like have some, maybe 4 ground floor platforms for the high speed, then the first floor concourse, and then have a tram stop on the roof, and then it would go down and go to the existing park and ride. Anyway, link in the description for the page on Google My Maps, which I'm going to create later. I would use the JavaScript API if I knew how to use it properly, which I don't, sadly. I mean, it's just so confusing. You have to make all of these things. You have to make all of these things so that just to tell the API that something is allowed to exist, and you have to define all the areas where things are allowed to exist rather than just putting the code for them in. Yeah, why can't they just have some lines of code, and like dots being a line of code, that basically the parameters are, it's like skyscripts, and basically the parameters are the location and geographical coordinates, and maybe what colour and what's on the dot, what colour it is, and then above that a sort of box with information in it, and that would be one of the parameters using quotation marks. I mean, you might want a comma in the text. That's why quotation marks would be used. I don't know nothing about coding, but I really don't know how to use JavaScript API, because you have to create all of these different, you have to define where things are allowed to exist before placing them, and it is so confusing. Anyway, I've just had a really nice fish and chip masala, which is really nice, and it's night and you can't see anything, so let's use basically the equivalent of Diesel Juicy of Roanoke's Tom X Iron Man, and select tomorrow let's type in the time and the geographical coordinates, shall we? Let's say the tram extension would eventually connect onto the existing line here at Toton Park and Ride,